Imagine living in one of the most wicked cities on earth, a city so corrupt that God himself decided its destruction was coming. Now, imagine still choosing to stay there. That was Lot. Lot wasn't trapped. He wasn't forced. He chose to remain in Sodom, a place filled with sin, violence, and rebellion against God. And if we're honest, Lot wasn't exactly a spiritual hero. The Bible shows him making poor decisions, compromising, settling, growing comfortable in places he never should have been. In fact, when the angels arrived to warn him that judgment was coming, Lot didn't immediately run. He hesitated. Think about that. Fire from heaven was about to fall. God was literally sending messengers to rescue him. And Lot hesitated. Why? Because even though Sodom was destroying him, part of him still didn't want to leave. And isn't that how sin often works? It hurts us, drains us, and pulls us away from God. Yet, somehow, we still hold on to it. We tell ourselves we're fine. We tell ourselves we can leave any time. We tell ourselves we're not as bad as everyone else. Meanwhile, our hearts become attached to the very things that are destroying us. Lot knew judgment was coming, yet he still struggled to walk away. But then something incredible happened. The angels grabbed Lot by the hand. They grabbed his wife, they grabbed his daughters, and they led them out. The Bible gives the reason. Because the Lord was merciful to them. Not because Lot deserved it. Not because Lot earned it. Not because Lot was perfect. Because God was merciful. Think about that. Lot wasn't running toward God. God was reaching toward Lot. Lot was hesitating. God was rescuing. Lot was weak. God was faithful. And maybe that's exactly what someone watching this needs to hear today. Because sometimes people believe a lie. They think God only loves good people, perfect people, people who never fail, and people who always get it right. But the story of Lot says otherwise. Lot had flaws, serious flaws. Yet God still pursued him. God still warned him. God still reached for him. God still rescued him. Because God's love is not based on your perfection. It's based on his mercy. The truth is, every one of us has moments where we're more like Lot than we'd like to admit. We know what God is asking us to leave behind. We know what needs to change. Yet we hesitate. We struggle. We look back. We hold on. And still God calls us. Still God reaches for us. Still God says, come out. That's the beauty of the gospel. Jesus didn't come for perfect people. He came for sinners, broken people, lost people, people who couldn't save themselves, people exactly like Lot and people exactly like us. The cross is proof that God's love is bigger than your failures, bigger than your mistakes, bigger than your past. You may feel unworthy. You may feel too far gone. You may think you've messed up too many times. But remember Lot, the man who hesitated, the man who compromised, the man who stayed too long in Sodom, yet God still rescued him. Not because Lot was great, because God is. So if you're struggling today, don't focus on how far you've fallen. Focus on how far God is willing to reach. Because the same God who reached into Sodom is still reaching for people today. And if he didn't give up on Lot, he's not giving up on you. If this encouraged you, subscribe for more Bible stories and reminders of God's incredible grace.